Hi, this is Jeremy Moskowitz, founder and CTO of PolicyPak Software, and in this video I'm going to show you how I can do some magic tricks with Cameyo and PolicyPak Start Screen and Taskbar Manager. So you do need to know a little Cameyo syntax, but let me just jump right to the end and show you the magic trick. Here what we're doing is we're delivering a bunch of icons right to the start screen, and you can see they're locked down and users can't be naughty and work around them. And these are Cameyo apps playing over there. So you can see I've got three things that are happening. I'm going to show you one by one what they're going to do, and then I'll show you how I got this set up because it's pretty cool. So let's pretend I want to click on this icon, which is Notepad++. Now, I left the icon in Chrome, but you could change the icon to Notepad++ if you really wanted to. But this is going to play in the Cameyo player. Okay, Cameyo player means it's going to open up a browser, ask you to log on. If you want to click on Remember Me so you don't ever see that again, that's fine. You got to give it your Cameyo credentials, and then once you do that, you're off to the races. So actually, you only need to do that one time. The second time you do this, you go ahead and click on Cameyo player. At this point, because it remembers you and it knows the URL. Again, we've stuffed that using PolicyPak Start Screen and Taskbar Manager. The next time you do it, you're off to the races and you're officially running Notepad++ over there in Cameyo, which is great. So now if you want to just make sure that users just always know how to get to it, you don't have to give them a URL or whatever. You just stuff it right here on the taskbar. Couldn't be easier. So that's thing number one. So that's the Cameyo in-app player. The second thing I wanted to show is opening it up in what's called the Cameyo native app. So the Cameyo native app here, again, I've stuffed it into the start screen using PolicyPak Start Screen and Taskbar. You have this one-time request to always allow Cameyo to open links of the associated app, and I've already downloaded and run the player. So now I'm going to open Cameyo Play and watch what happens. It's basically even better. It runs it all natively in this native player without any windowing. So I did this again. These are some things that you may need to do more than one time right out of the gate, and then never have to do it again. And look at that. This is Notepad++. It looks like it's in its own window, but it's really running over there in Cameyo. So let me go ahead and show you that one more time now that I've hit that one checkbox that says never show me that again. So in native land, it goes to open the app, bing, 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 and what do we see that happens? We get Notepad++, which again is not running on my machine. It's running over there in Cameyo land. Last but not least is what if you wanted to open up a file locally? So you wanted to say open up run an application and always open a particular file. In this case, I'm running Notepad++ in Cameyo against a local file in temp folder. So just to prove a point, just let me show you. If I go to /temp here, you can see I've got this file called file1.aaa. If I were to just show you what's in here, you can see tests. Okay, so that's the contents of the file. So again, this magic trick is I'm using PolicyPak to stuff the start screen. I'm using Cameyo to launch Notepad++, and on the same command line, I'm saying be sure to open up this local file called file1.aaa. So once this launches, what should we see? Boom, there's Notepad++, and there is our file. So this is really great. So in this way, you can now use PolicyPak to deliver these things to your end users. Now, getting it set up is really easy to do. I already got it set up just to sort of prove a point. So if you like what you see enough, that's great. You can stop the video here, but I'm actually going to go through the motion and show you exactly how I did it. So give me a quick second to get set up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here I am inside my group policy editor. Okay, so remember, PolicyPak has native editors inside Group Policy Land. And in order to do this, I used PolicyPak Start Screen and Taskbar Manager. I created a collection. I just gave it a name called Cameyo. And then I have my icons. And these are the same icons that you saw earlier. So 1, 2, 3. That equates to 1, 2, 3 things here. Okay. Changing the icons is a little bit different. We have a video just on how to change the icons for Chrome because Chrome and Firefox have a little bit of a weird thing going on. So I left the icons there. But the actual steps on how to do this in Cameyo is actually pretty simple. You just need to know like two little pieces of Cameyo data. The first thing is that every Cameyo app has a link where you can get in order to play the item natively. So in order to get that, I'm going to go over to my Cameyo universe here, go to my apps, and here in Notepad++, if you just hover over here, you can see there's the link. So what you can do is you can right click and copy the link, and you're going to need this. So I'm just going to put this in Notepad here for a second. I don't need that anymore. So this is the Notepad++ in-app play link. Okay, so once you know that this is the play link, the other one for the native part is just native, okay, native, just like that, okay. And then the third thing you need to know is how to dictate a file on the command line. So that's not that hard. You just need to know this little number here. So we'll go ahead and we'll paste that here, and then I'll take this guy and copy it here. So now, don't worry, I'm going to spell this all out. Okay, so this is the player. Okay, that's the first thing I showed you. This is the native app, same app, just in the native player. And then if you want to, you can also tack on some arguments that will also read this line, which is saying, hey, go get the file locally on this local machine and then throw it into the player. Now there's one more configurable piece that you need to do here, which is here in Cameyo in the command line. You need to put in this special item called percent param underscore args percent. Once you do that, you are all set. You have all the things you need to do in order to be successful. So once you've got this set up, let's go ahead and go back to our group policy editor. What I'll do is I'll create a new group just so you can see me do it from scratch. So add a new group here. I'll call this Cameyo 3. Cameyo 3 here. Okay, and then you'll just do them one by one. So the way I like to do this in PolicyPak is you add a new group for a desktop application tile. I'm going to use a registered app. It's good if you have the same browser on this system and the other system. I'm going to use Chrome. You can probably use others, but this is what I tested it with. Okay, you're just going to zip through here, and you can call this, policy 1, whatever. Okay, what you want to do here is once you said you're just going to run Chrome by itself, that's not enough. You can't just run Chrome. You have to run Chrome against the app you want to put in the native player. Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, that's the basic gist, and you can give it a name like Cameyo Notepad++ native play, whatever. Okay, so that's the basic gist here. Okay, that's how you do the first one. If you wanted to do the second one, what did I do? Add a new group, add a new tile rather, new desktop application tile, registered again, bing, bing, bing. I'm going to find Chrome again. So I'm basically doing the same thing 3 times, just taking the defaults, and then I modify the defaults afterward for the item that you want. So if you want to then find after Chrome runs, we're then going to take the second piece. Okay, so now we're going to run the native piece. Okay, boom, boom, boom. I'm actually not going to test all these out because I know it already works. I'll go ahead and do the third one here. Boom. Ding, 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 ding. Chrome. Okay, I'm just taking the defaults and then I'm going to modify. Whoops, got to give them a different name here. Okay, and then we'll take the last piece. So we'll go back to our desktop app at the end of Chrome. Okay, that's where we're going to find the arguments one. So this is running the Cameyo app natively, smashing in the arguments. The arguments in this case is open up ctemp file 1 AAA. All right, and that is all there is to it. So that's how once you have that syntax down, you've got it down to a science, and you're off and running. Okay, so you've got those guys. So that is about it. If we did want to take a look at our results, though, what we could do is go over to our endpoint machine, run GP update. Now I didn't do too much cleanup, so the names aren't going to exactly be as beautiful as it was in my kind of getting started example here. Okay, let's go ahead and log off, and we'll log back on. And now let's go ahead and see what we got. So this is the one I created at the start of the video, and these are the ones that I created kind of fast in front of you. So if we want to go to native play, what happens? Native play. Okay, we go ahead and run it. It opens up Chrome. We had saved our username and password here, so it's powering on. This might take a minute if the server powers down for a second. And there we are, Notepad++ inside the web player. If we were to go to our second one here, again, I didn't give it a good title, so forgive me here. But the second one, this is going to open it up native. Okay, this is parallel to the second example. Okay, I had already said always run the Cameyo player with that little check mark earlier, so I don't get prompted again. And what should we see? It should automatically open up in the native player. There we go. And then lastly, the third thing we said was always open a very specific file. The very specific file we said was file 1 .aaa. So let's see if what happens there. And there we go. That's it. So a little bit of Cameyo magic, a little bit of PolicyPak magic, and we have this amazing Better Together story. So in summary, if you want to dictate your start screen full of any kind of icons or taskbar, and you want to use PolicyPak to do it, got to have the PolicyPak client-side extension on your endpoint. It's got to be licensed, and then you can do this amazing magic by dictating which start screen and taskbar functions you want and launch Cameyo apps over there on your real machines over here. Hope this video helps you out. Looking forward to getting you started with PolicyPak and Cameyo real soon. Thanks so much.